I mean, yeah, we could finish the Inception rant if you want. I think we've got more than an hour left with it though, but we could make a solid 50 minutes at it. I think we've got like genuinely more than an hour left somehow. Could put a bit of a dent into it though. Nah, we've got more, chat. Oh my god, man, this is still hour and... He did a reacts to my reacts. This YouTube rat, this guy.
Or you get lucky and you're not facing a person that's parking the bus, who's willing to park the bus, who's willing to play the game at a 100% rat capacity. They're not draining their mental health because they're a rat. They have literally transformed fully into a rat, okay? Some of the other mechanics. Manual goalkeeping. Defending. Oh, man. Manual defending. Manual defending. Oh, where do I begin with manual defending? Man, your manual defending. The amount of clips that I delete, right? The amount of clips that I have to delete where I literally yell into the mic, what is the point of me playing? There's terms that I like to use when it comes to playing FIFA. It's called manual defending and cursor defending. Cursor defending is a thing that I have brought up to people because there was a year in FIFA where EA, with their incompetence, as it usually is, right? EA did a patch in the game. They added a thing into the game where, because we used to not be able to see the cursor from the other person, right? But because these incompetent people could not figure out how we're going to create a situation where you have the cursor yourself, but then the other person doesn't have a cursor, but then we do a LAN tournament and we can see both cursors, which is an absolutely massive deal. They added the cursor for both people in the online experience, which was stupid because I really enjoyed not knowing who the other person was controlling. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just doing it themselves. I have my cursor. I don't know what they're doing, right? And this was back in the day. Nowadays, it would just be that. It would be like I'm playing AI. Honestly, it would be. If I didn't see a cursor, I'd probably lose my mind because it would make me feel like I'm playing AI even more than I was before, right? But back in the day, it was great to not know what they were doing because they actually had to manually do stuff from time to time with the second man press and all that kind of stuff. But when I talk about manual defending, guys, I'm talking about cursor defending as well as the actual manual challenges you do yourself, okay? How many times do you guys do? And this is, it's really bad because this is the best year that we've ever had manual defending, the best year. And there's nothing to say about that, like good, because this is how bad manual defending has been over the course of the years. Because the only good form of defending that we used to have in the super, super old years of FIFA was skilled second man press. Second man press, I remember to this day that my boy didn't know how to attack against me because he was like, dude, you defend like a monster. Like, you know exactly where I'm going to attack because he had the attacking spaces. Second man press, you had the attacking space if you switched or you went to the middle or whatever. But I knew exactly who to mark in a certain passing space if you wanted to make a certain pass. And then I knew who the other person was to mark as well. But guys, in the old FIFAs, you would still have the third or the fourth person, but you would always constantly do it really quickly. And it worked out great. But manual defending, when I'm actually manually using the player defensively, if I go for a slide tackle or a standing tackle, complete garbage. Complete garbage. EA, why do you think it's okay for me to overcommit to center back, do a manual challenge, do a good manual challenge, but then you give the opponents back the ball, and then now they have this opening space, right? Because this is what happens.
Here we go.
Because I like to feel like I'm manually defending. People who play this game, you don't manually defend. Don't lie to me. You use defensive AI. All of you guys, you do this the whole time. You just use these three midfielders, and you just second man press, second man press, second man press, second. That's what you do the whole time. You just hold your midfielders, and your back four does everything for you. Do you know how many times I attack, and I'm in this area over here? EA, why am I doing a skill move against the defensive AI and they're still tracking me the entire time perfectly as if it's an actual person using it and it's an actual good defender? Guys, defensive AI and attacking AI needs to be effective in this game because the manual attacking and the manual defending is horrible. Listen, the defensive AI marks you the entire time unless you do one of these skill moves, right? The L1 elastical, the L1 coquette, because it makes them commit a certain way. Or like one of the passing play styles I was mentioning where I have the ball here, I do a direct pass in this direction, right? Let me just delete that one. I do a direct pass in this direction, right? And then with this player here, once I get possession, not once I get it, but before I get possession of the ball, I take a touch this way because the AI, if the person's using the AI, will push in this direction upwards, creating that space for me to go downwards and then for me to strike the ball to the far post or to the near post, excuse me. That's what the play style is because you have to do it against the AI. The reason why these skill moves here, where people spam the L1 into a croqueta or spam the L1 into an elastical, is because it breaks the AI.
Facts.
It already creates an attacking space for you to either shoot it across goal or to the near post. Okay? Manual defending, the tackles, absolutely horrendous. It's like a hidden mechanic, right? Sometimes you guys watch the player reviews when I'm defending with a card, and I'm like, oh, it's good because he magnetized to the ball. EA, let me tell you something, okay? To make your game logical, all right?
He's going crazy.
You guys added this setting that I think you guys hide nowadays. I think you hid this setting because you knew that I used to complain about this all the time, and you hid this setting nowadays, okay? Why is it that you still have this mechanic, right? Where I'm attacking, let's say, for instance, with this card over here. No, my opponent is.
They said he's already
my opponent. And
bro, chat
right?
said he's already wearing prison clothes. Chat, man.
Right? Where I, with the cursor, right? I'm gonna put a little hexagon on my head, okay? With the cursor, this is a black cursor right now, right? With the cursor, I am marking this area here.
Oh, you gotta switch your screen, bro. He didn't switch his screen, chat.
Pass, or he does a pass into me. Why do you still have this mechanic where it avoids?
I was gonna tell him, bro. He didn't switch his screen, I think, right? We can't see.
Game. I know it's still in your game. I don't know if it's in the settings like you showed it before. Because guys, if you watch the old RANT videos when I talked about this before, you'll see the assisted settings for passing, and it literally tells you avoid defensive player. Why is that a mechanic when I am manually defending the space? If you do a through pass or you do a pass with the cursor, maybe without the cursor, whatever, right? But with the cursor, why do you not reward the person with that constant magnetization? Because I know that you're going to make that pass. Where's the magnetization and where's the reward for me knowing you're going to do that? If I am holding the cursor in that area and the person makes the pass in that area, I should get the ball. Because they can see who I'm controlling. So they should pass it elsewhere, if anything. Manual defending horrible. Guys, how many times do you guys get into this position over here in the side area, right? You're in the side area over here. And you or your opponent does a manual challenge against you. And I would say 90% or 95% of the times, they always, for some reason, have to push the ball so far and put it out of play. This is coded into the game because they want to force throw-ins, okay? Because you will do a good manual challenge. If you face them at an angle, like if the guy is, like you see how Mbappe's facing? Let me see, because I have to face it for you guys for the angle. It's opposite for me, right? It's kind of hard to do this, right? Okay, I'm facing this direction. If the guy is slightly behind me and he does a hard challenge or a hard slide tackle and the ball goes out of play for a throw-in, that makes sense. But when I am straight into you, right? Straight into you, why do you just have to put it out every single time?
Facts.
I go over here.
Here we go.
Right? I go over here into this area. Chilling over here.
Bro thinks he's Pep.
I'm attacking. Let me just delete this real quick. I go over here. I'm defending against the guy every single time. The ball always has to do this, or it has to do this, or you know what? In this game, might as well do this and go out. Might as well. Every single time, man. Manual defending, absolute garbage in this game. Not skill-based. People abuse defensive AI like crazy. Here's the thing, man.
It's all facts, though.
Let's talk about the defensive AI. Defensive AI is so ridiculously overpowered. There's a skill move that I use. This new skill move we're going to talk about, right? This one right here. You know, I talked about this before the game even came out. But do you know what the one thing is that I quote unquote like about the skill move? And the reason why I say quote unquote is because you have to do this stupidity to score goals in this game. This skill move over here is an effective way when you are facing the defensive line in this area over here, right?
Yeah, he is disgusted by himself doing the skill move.
Oh, let me just get that line back.
But bro, the issue with this game, man, is like there is certain things you literally have to do at the top level.
Your
like you just
opponents,
can't.
you get past that line, this garbage line that you have to face every single year. But then your goalkeeper starts to push against you, basically acting like a defender a lot of the time and closing the gap. You need skill moves to get past the goalkeeper. So one of the skill moves that I used to use back in the day, 3-4 years ago, you guys remember this because I used to use it every single time.
Really effective against goalkeepers.
If I'm facing the goalkeeper, heel to heel to get past them and then shoot the ball. But this new heel to heel is better because it's controlled, right? So you do this and look at how much it commits the goalkeeper. The only reason why I like this skill move, quote unquote like, is because when I am up against a crazy defensive AI and I'm close to the goalkeeper, because chip shots are so inconsistent and so are tap shots, right? If I get close to the goalkeeper and I do that skill move, I will have the net to score against. And sometimes I won't, because here's what happens, right? You still have this mechanic in your game where someone pushes out their goalie like an idiot and you guys for some reason need to bail people out and then put your defenders blocking the goal. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two. Idiotic. If he's pushing out his goalkeeper and I'm over here and I do this against a strong defensive AI and I already have that angle to score against because he's already pushed. What happens is that people push their goalie in advance because it essentially acts like an extra defender. And then they know that their AI center back is going to go inside the net. That's what's going to happen. So they push it out earlier. The worst is when you're playing this park the bus play style and then you finally work the space because you'll only get those 2 or 3 attacking opportunities if you're trying to build up a play. And then he uses manual goalkeeping while you still have to think about timing a strike. Because guys, I tell you this all the time in the play reviews for the attackers. You have to time your strikes because if you don't, they don't hit them directly to the corners and with precision and power. Which guys, I'm okay with. They got me to a point where I actually don't mind the time finishing. I only mind it because manual goalkeeping is idiotic from 1v1 situations inside the 18 and because of the inconsistent gameplay, which is the biggest reason, okay? But still. Okay. So manual defending means stupid. Defensive AI reliance. Defensive AI is nuts in this game, guys. I need to show you this one clip, and I think it's in the Werner video. Just an example of this type of stuff just saving people, okay? Just absolutely. I gotta see if I can find the situation here. Right, so this is one of the meta plays, right?
He's doing croquetas,
find
chat.
the situation here. Right, so this is one of the meta plays, right? You get into the position and you got a croqueta, right? That's one of the things. I want to see if I can find the attacking opportunity here. Just as an example, because I think I left it in here.
This Timo Werner video is
I left it in here. Let me see. So no, because it was the defender
like
blocked
a historic. He's mentioned it so much.
Not this one, because it was right to left.
The Timo Werner video.
Here it is. That's the one. All right.
This video must have.
Let's take a look at this attacking play, right? So to be fair, this gameplay is a little bit better. May I have an extra pass here? I could, but when you're doing stuff in the heat of the moment, like you're chalked at this point, right? But what I told you guys earlier about the 4 defenders, if you attack at a certain point, look at what I'm doing. Direct passing. What does direct passing do? It puts pressure against the defender. So once you get into this circle right here, that's where my drain. That's where my soul drains from my body when I'm defending against it and when I'm attacking in it. Okay. So create the space. He's not using any of these cards. He's overcommitted so many people. His right back, right? Look at his right back here. Let's go of the other attacker because the other attacker starts to move into the middle. I don't know why he moves into the middle. Couldn't tell you, right? Sorry. I'm attacking, create the space in the middle. So I've done this drag touch, right? I've done this drag touch. Guys, in the meta of this game, this is too close to the goalkeeper. I tell you guys this all the time in the player reviews. It's too close. So if you score this opportunity, it is based off of luck. Right? Whether you get a chip shot, whether you get a tap shot, like if you get a tap shot and it goes through his legs or a tap shot and it goes through him in general, It's because you got lucky, because this is too close, right? And I realize this, and I realize that when I take this touch, and I'm like, okay, this guy, in the moment, this guy's gonna be blocked, so I do the skill move, and his AI saves him. His AI saves him. He's already made 2 or 3 defensive mistakes here with the players that he has overcommitted, right? Overcommitting that guy, no center back, using this guy, blocking that area for the extra pass. I do a skill move, and his AI that's not being controlled is saving his life, because for some reason this guy in the side is moving into the middle, basically bringing this guy in, and it just, I can't score the opportunity. His AI blocks it. I laugh in this part. I literally go like this to the camera, because it's idiotic to save people in this way. That's not skilled. I'm sorry, it's not skilled, man. You overcommit 2, 3, 4 of your defenders. You do bad challenges, but you still get rewarded for it? Garbage. Complete trash. I had a feeling I was going to find the clip really quickly. Okay. So let's see the stuff that I wrote down. Park the bus, drop back on the line inside the 18-yard box. I talked about the line already many times.
All right, I need a break, chat. I need a break. How many minutes did we watch? 15? I need a break. I'm taking a rest. We will finish this, though. We will finish this. I'm taking a break. I need a break. It's a lot to process. We are tired. Okay, we still have 55 minutes left, chat, so we'll have to work on this as we go. Yeah, we still have 55 minutes left, boys, so we got we have of this video 55 minutes. Need a Zaza break, something like that, bro. Nah, we'll just figure out the rats, bro, because we're too close to the content in today's I don't want to do a 40-minute episode today. What do you guys want to do for the next 40? What do we want to do?